Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos every week. I also share an extra monthly video or Zoom call with my patrons. If you'd like to check out supporting me over there, that link is down in the description. Today's video is sponsored by Ink+Volt, and I have a really good sampling of some of the products that they offer. Some really fun journals to go along with their planner. So I have their popular planner that has a really nice and simple goal setting system in it with 30-day challenges. So we're gonna look at that first. But I also have, for the first time ever, their daily reflection journal, their gratitude journal, and their Undated daily planner book. That this is so lightweight, you guys, and it covers 3 months worth of daily planning pages. If you've ever just wanted to try out a daily planning page, but you don't want to commit to something big and expensive or heavy, this is a great one to try out. So we're going to look at all of those, but we're going to start with their planner. And I want to make sure to mention, so I don't forget, that they have given me a special discount code. It's only for a short period of time. I believe it's like a week. I will put the dates here up on the screen and also down in the description. The discount code, though, is Amandasfavorites, and it will give you $5 off your purchase. But I do not have an affiliate link with them, so it is just a discount code for you. So this is their weekly planner that has a full goal setting system in it. It is simple, and I really like it. I have reviewed their planner before, but it's been a couple years, so I'm excited to do this updated review for you. And I don't think I've ever had a cover like this from them. This is their like vegan leather soft feel cover. It is so soft and feels so good in hand. You can see texture in it, but it feels smooth. You just have the little Ink+Volt imprint on the back, but otherwise it looks so professional. It is streamlined, it is small, it has rounded corners. Even the pages have rounded corners, which I really appreciate. I always love that. Comes with 2 grosgrain ribbon bookmarkers that are plenty long for our ribbon test that we love to do here. And the grosgrain ribbon colors coordinate with whatever color of cover you get. I believe in this vegan leather cover, there might only be 3 colors. If you like brighter colors, then you're gonna wanna go with their linen, which I believe they call their book cloth covers. So they do have that option too. So they have a lot of cover options. They have dated and undated options in this weekly planner. When you open it, you get this textured end page here, which I really like. It makes it feel like kind of an old-fashioned book. It has a nice feel to it. It makes it feel important, which we all want our planner to feel important, right? This planner belongs to your nameplate page. Then you go into your year at a glance. This is the 2023 yearly planner. So you get 2023 and 2024 at a glance here. So you could highlight off vacation days or days off school. It's a really good at a glance. Now you only have a couple pages in the beginning that are kind of setting up your goal setting for the year. So we'll call them your goal setting prep pages, but there's not a lot. I really like it. It's a simple system. It just says bringing your year into focus, and then they're going to ask you a couple of questions to kind of get you to focus in on what is important to you this year. Then your theme and vision here for the year, and that kind of comes from those questions. They're going to have you write your theme, but there's guidance on every single one, your vision, and your key actions and milestones. Then you go into a timeline page. So they have January through December of 2023. You're going to use this to map out and sequence milestones and important events. This will help you see like obligations and big things that are happening in the year to like organize your goals of when you want to work on those, because you can see when things are happening. So this is a really interesting way to scope it out and see it at a glance. Then you are given room here to do your goals. You have room for 5 goals, a page per goal to map it all out. They kind of give you some more guidance, and then you're going to think of those 5 goals that you need more extensive planning on. So it's not like to-do list items. These are goals that you're going to need a whole page to map out and plan out for the year. But then they give you room for 11 other things, just other important things I want to accomplish. So these things, maybe they don't need a whole page to map them out. They're not as extensive goals that need extra planning, and yet they're things you want to have on your list for the year. So I like that they do give you that space too. So on your 5 goal pages, you have room to write your goal, your action plan where you're going to define tasks and assign start dates and deadlines, to those tasks. And then analysis, the best way to overcome challenges is to prepare for them. Yeah, I do agree with that. What obstacles do you see coming in your way as you go about these tasks and action steps for your goal? And then motivation. I love the little stars around the motivation. Keep yourself going, eyes on the prize, words of encouragement and reward. Then you have a progress bar down here that you can highlight or color in as you are working on the goal or project, and then a completed on date. I think that's a really fun motivational tool there. So you have 5 pages for 5 bigger goals to map out for the year here. Then you go straight into your monthly layouts, and I'm going to show you how they do pull your goals into your weekly. On your monthly layout, you can see they have used most of the page real estate here, which I like, because even though it's not a huge planner, your boxes are good. They're substantial for the size of the page. And your weekend boxes are lightly shaded in gray. You have a focus box for the month and a note space with dot grid. You could also write any encouragement or quote or anything up there. It's not a huge margin, but it's a little margin. As you'll notice, this page has a very clean, aesthetic feel to it. So you could add in all your highlighters, you could add stickers, you could add washi, or you could keep it just very minimal and clean looking. Then you go into your monthly pages. It's a 2-page spread every month. This month I will, and you have 12 tick off boxes there. Those can have to do with your goal or not, just to-do list items for the month. Those lines are tiny little dotted light gray lines there. And you have 12 of them. And then you have a good room for just dot grid notes for the month. And then every single month you are prompted to make a 31-day challenge for the month. Think about just one thing you want to challenge yourself with for the next month. For the next 31 days, I want to make this happen because, and my plan of action is, and then I fully intend to commit myself to this for the next 31 days. Signed and dated, and then you have the days to tick off down here in very light gray down there. You can either color them, check them off, X them out, however you would like to. I feel like this commitment page is something that it might be really more motivating than just writing out a page. When you sign and date something, you are making a promise to yourself. That's something I've talked about on my Instagram a lot. When we make promises to ourselves, we need to really try to keep them to the best of our abilities. Because when we don't, then we lose faith in ourselves and we stop believing ourselves when we make more promises. So if we say, I am going to do yoga for the next 30 days, or even just I'm going to get up right when my alarm goes off for the next 30 days, or I'm going to take a walk 5 days a week for the next 31 days. Whatever it is, if we make these promises to ourselves and then we don't keep them, it really makes us not believe in ourselves. And then we don't want to keep the next promise because we think, I don't believe in myself. I didn't keep that promise. Once you make that promise, I think that it's a little bit more binding to me when I'm signing something like that. And by the way, I'm preaching to the choir here. It's not like it's something I've mastered. I always talk about things that I am continually working on and need to hear myself. So that's your monthly 2-page setup. Every single week, then you have a 2-page spread. You have these weekly inspiration prompts for if you would like to journal about them. Of course, it's your planner and you can choose what to do on this empty dot grid page every week. You could just do your own reflection, or that could be gratitudes for the week. You write one every single day. You have a full page here. It could be your meal plan and grocery list. You can use it for whatever you want, but they give you these weekly inspiration prompts, and they said they are refreshed, brand new for 2023. So for those of you who may have used their planner the last several years, and you might now kind of recognize the prompts that are put throughout, these are all brand new and refreshed. So this first one is in January, and it says, what are you most looking forward to? You just did the hard work of working through your goals and plans for the year. What are you feeling most excited to learn, do, or discover? And then I'll just read you another one so we can kind of get an idea. This one is in March, and it says, learn from the best. Everyone can teach us something. Take note of qualities you admire in others. Why do you admire them? How can you learn to integrate those qualities into your own life? So every week you have that weekly inspiration prompt. And then on the other side of the page, you have a top 3 goals and tasks for the week. And you have your dates up there. Then you have 9 tick off boxes of just things to complete for the week. And then you have a reflect and celebrate. Once again, I love the little stars around that one. And then it's reminding you, review your yearly goals, your monthly goals, and your 31-day challenge there. And then a little note space too for your week. I really like this weekly setup. It is a weekly dashboard you get every single week to check in. You can utilize the journaling prompts every single week, or you cannot and use the page for something else. It's very open, I feel like, to however you wish to use it, and very functional. Then you go into your weekly layout. Before we go into, let's just look at a blank weekly layout before we do my pen test and everything. And you do have to give your book like a little massage there, and then it stays open. If you turn it to the middle, it lays completely flat, as you'll see there with their binding. But when you're in the very beginning or the very end, it does need a little massaging. So your weekly outlook is what they name it. They put the dates up there. These are big boxes, you guys. I have the measurements on the other page. But as you can see, since Saturday and Sunday are combined, these are really ample boxes, even though the pages aren't that huge. They are labeled really lightly in light gray, morning, noon, and night. You could definitely use the 3 boxes that way. You could use them writing what you're going to be doing in the morning hours, the midday, and the night hours. You could use them kind of time blocking, for what you do in those 3 chunks of the day. But you could also ignore those very light gray words, and you could use them however you wish. So it is a very open page. Nothing is labeled. There are no time slots. It is completely open to however you need to use it. Saturday and Sunday are shaded there. And once again, share a space. There's just a lot more, well, not a lot, but there is more room on Monday through Friday, obviously. Saturday and Sunday are just each a big block. Some of my ideas for ways to use the boxes, if I personally was using this planner, you guys would probably guess this. I would put, and I put some here for you, I would put all my appointments or like errands or anything like that I had to do that day up in the top box. So it would just stand out and I could easily glance across and see what was going to kind of rule my day as being someone who works from home part-time and homeschools. Anything that's an appointment or outside of the house or an errand I have to do kind of rules the way my day goes. So I would use that top box for that. And then I would just let my to-dos flow. I'd probably use the middle box for like work to-dos and the bottom box for like other personal and home to-dos. That's how I would use it. But there are so many different ways since nothing is labeled. You could also do it different sections of your life. So it could be work, home, it could be your teenager's work schedule. So you could glance across every day and see what that is. So divide it into different sections of your life. It could also be top 3. So the top box might not be for your appointments. The top box might be your top 3 for the day to get done, your 3 things that you want to get done that day. And then the rest, could flow however you wish to do it. It's something that you could also just play with, because I think whenever I get a new planner, I try out different things in it to see what would flow best and work best in that planner for me. So there's just a lot of options in this planner. This planner with the soft touch cover is $49. It comes in navy, black, charcoal, and green, this cover. But then like I mentioned, their book cloth series, they have a lot of bright colored linen covers. This planner is 6 by 8.5. It is made in the USA. It has 70-pound paperweight, which is 105 GSM. These boxes measure 1.75 by 2.3 inches, or that is 4.5 centimeters by 6 centimeters. So they are substantial. I felt like I had a lot of room when I was writing in here. And then I did write all over this page, but just with one pen, the Pilot Precise V5, and with a mild liner highlighter. But you can see on the back of that, there is actually no bleed through, of course, because it's nice 70-pound paper, but there is hardly any show through there. And you can see a lot more show through on a blank page than a page with a lot of printed text on it. So you have a whole blank page there, but I also did a full pen test on the other page here. Let's talk about the way the paper feels, because that's important. It's nice paper. You feel the substantialness of it at 70 pound. It is a smooth paper, very smooth, but not slick. And it does not have tooth. It's a nice, very smooth paper. All my pens flowed well on it. Here is all the dark, EC dual tips, Papermate flares, a very dark mild liner. And once again, that is what it looks like on the back. Handled everything, even the dark markers, really well. And your weekly page, what's kind of cool about having these weekly dashboards in between is your weekly page, are never going to be back to back on each other. And a lot of times my weeks get to looking crazy, and I love to mark everything out. You guys know that. I'm not going to see all those black mark outlines through on my next week. Yes, it would be on like my journaling pages. Even my crazy marking out, this paper, I think, would handle it very well. That is the flow. You have your weekly dashboards in between every single week. I honestly can't believe how lightweight this book feels with getting monthly dashboards, weekly dashboards, and then your weekly layouts in there, and even the few goals page up front. And you have notes pages at the end too. Let's talk about that, because that is the flow of this entire planner. One other thing I love about it is that every page is numbered. I just like pages to be numbered, even if you don't need to utilize those page numbers. I have said this so many times. I think especially the way they're very light gray there and they don't stand out, just having them numbered though is nice in case you want to make an index, in case you want to note where something is written down. I think it's nice that they're numbered. At the end of the year, you have a couple of wrap-up pages. So you have room for 6 achievements throughout the year to write about your successes and the date. I would write those as the year goes on because I tend to forget everything. So I would definitely notate those as the year goes on. Write about your achievements and be sure to include enough detail to learn from your success so that you can make it happen again. And then looking back at the year, they ask you a couple of questions to reflect on the year. I think that's just a nice way to end the year. Then you have 13 dot grid note pages. These are very light gray dot grid. And 13 is a good enough, amount of them that you could make an index for those page numbers and still have some notes pages left. At the back, you have that really nice thick, I talked about, paper that has a texture to it. It's cream. And then you have a pocket back here to stick stamps, a letter, Post-it notes, whatever you need back there, and your 2 grosgrain ribbons. That is your Ink+Volt planner with that full goal system in it. I would love to hear your thoughts on this planner. I love the simplistic design of the pages and the goal system. So let me know your thoughts, and let's take a look at these other products. Let's start with the daily planner. This planner has a very soft, bendable cover on it. This daily planner, though, like I said, is undated, and it is 96 days worth, so 3 months. It's the same 70-pound paper that is in your weekly planner, and it is 5 3/4 by 8.5 and $27. It comes with 1 thin grosgrain ribbon bookmark. It is a very long ribbon, totally goes all the way to the edge. And because of the thin cover, the cover is coated and it's like very soft, that same feel that is in your hardcover, that the hardcover is wrapped in. It's just very soft, but it is completely flexible, is so lightweight because of that. Your daily page has room for the date. It just says today, and it says I will be productive, efficient, present, creative. So you can check those off, like what are you going to be that day? And write something else in if one of those does not hit the mark for you. Then you have your schedule for time blocking or appointments from 6 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Your half-hour lines are just a dot light gray line in there. So, I mean, if you wanted to write bigger over the whole hour slot, you could definitely do that. Noon is kind of denoted bigger with the noon hour. Then you have tasks over here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tasks. 3 labeled tomorrow. I'm actually always on my daily pages in my daily notebook, I am always thinking of, tomorrow. And I don't want to go write tomorrow's page yet. Then I will get it all jumbled up because I'm not even sure what it's going to look like. I am always making notes at the bottom of my page for tomorrow, for the next day. So that'd be a nice section for me. And then you have a small dot grid note section. And then you have water tracking and being active tracking. So your water is tracked in increments of 8 ounces, and you check them off all the way to 64 ounces. And then your active mark is tracked 10, 15, 20, all the way up to 45 minutes where you can mark it off. For some of you guys who like to mark off things like that, that might be a great motivator for you. You could mark it off with a highlighter or just a check mark. And if you're someone who doesn't want to tick those off, it's very small at the bottom of the page. So they really haven't used any of your page real estate for it. Like, it's very hard. Someone's not usually writing something at the very bottom of the page. So I think it was a great place to put that. And that is the flow of this whole daily planner. It's just your 96 daily pages. We already did the pen test on the 70-pound paper in the weekly, so I didn't do another pen test in here, but here is a look at the page that I wrote on with my Pilot Precise V5 there. And then you go to the back, and there's technically not really any note pages. I don't think they count these. I think these are just kind of like your end pages. Yeah, there's like one blank page. That is your daily planner. If you just need some daily planning pages on busy days, or you just want to try out a daily planning page, this is a good one to look at. Now, we have the daily reflection journal and the gratitude journal. They actually have a lot of other journal and notebook offerings. These are the two that I picked to share with you. Let's go into the gratitude journal first. You know that my word this year of 2022 was gratitude, and I am doing a lot of recording of daily gratitude. So I was definitely drawn toward this one. It has the really soft touch, really nice feel vegan leather cover. It says grateful on there in a beautiful gold foiling, and you have a grosgrain ribbon, goes all the way to the edge that matches the color of the book. It's very thin, rounded corners. All their pages have rounded corners. Then you have your nameplate page. Now, I do want to note that this paper is not white like their planner paper. So their planner paper I would call bright white, and this paper is a little bit cream to it. I know some people prefer one over the other, so I want to make sure to show that side by side. Cream paper is supposed to be easier on the eyes, and I think in a gratitude journal, I mean, it actually seems nice to me. I don't mind it at all. I like the difference. So there's a little letter from Ink+Volt here about this gratitude journal. Then you have some setup activities for this gratitude journal. Getting into the gratitude mindset, setup activity number 1 is the people in my life. Then you have setup activity number 2, my reverse bucket list. And you're thinking about what are some of your greatest accomplishments, what challenges have you ever overcome, and what are the lessons you've learned or skills you have built. Make a list of everything you have done that makes you happy. There's a lot of guidance here. My fantastic future. So this is kind of like a mind map of your future. This spread is the place to start thinking about all of the great things you want to do and what lies ahead. This is like a vision board where you can place images, photos, quotes you love. You could mind map, because that's the first thing I thought of. Write personal mantras, or a list of things you want to see in your future. Make this yours. How to make the most of this journal. So they give you some tips. Struggling with what to write, and here's where they help you, which I think this page is really helpful. And then a contract you make with yourself. So once again, where you signed and dated your 31-day challenges, this is kind of the same thing. You put your name, and I plan to write in this journal each day. I want to keep this journal because, so remembering why you want to, what obstacles might prevent me from completing this journal, and where will I keep this journal? How can I make sure that I complete it daily? Signed and date once again. Half of the journey is taking the first step. Then you have a weekly challenge every single week. So it is not dated, it's undated. So if you skip days, you're totally fine. Every 7 days, you have a weekly challenge. Like this one is gratitude letter. Think of someone that has shaped who you are today, someone from the past or present who has made a real difference and helped you in a positive way. This week, write a letter to that person, and they go on giving you some tips about that. And the person, and what do you want to say to them? This is kind of like your brainstorming page. Every week, there is a different weekly challenge. I'll read one more to you just so. This one is acts of kindness. One of the greatest sources of joy in our world comes from acts of kindness. Did someone do something nice for you lately? Pay that forward this week by doing something special for somebody else. You can show kindness to people, animals, and our planet. Recipient, acts of kindness. So every week there is a weekly challenge in there. Here is your daily page. I did do a pen test again in here because this paperweight is not listed on their website. I did email them to find out about it. So I will put that on the screen if I find out the paperweight before I start editing. To be honest, if anything, this paper feels even thicker than the planner paper. It might be the same. It might be 70 pound. It might just feel different because it's a cream paper, so from a different mill. So I did all my pens, mild liners, Papermate Flare, everything on here once again. And you can see how absolutely no bleed through. You know, you can see a little bit of ghosting for what's coming through. It's a nice clean page to start on every day. This paper feels very substantial. Every page is numbered. You have a quote at the bottom of every page too. This is $26.50. It comes in 8 different colors. So I also think it could make a really fun gift. It's just really fun to pick out like your color, what you would use, which makes it just more motivational to use. I feel like all the fun colors. There is room for 60 daily entries. So it would last you 2 months if you used it every single day. And there's 10 weekly challenges within there. It's 6 by 8.5. Now let's look at the daily page layout here. It also just came with this cute sticker, Be Your Best Self from Ink+Volt was stuck in there. Your daily page, it also numbers your entries. So like entry number 3, date up there. I am grateful for 3 gratitudes for the day. And then today was, and there is some journaling room. And then I am inspired by and journaling room. But every day is something a little different here. Although, I mean, I think they rotate them, but like this one is I am amazed by, I am encouraged by, I feel complete when. So there's always today was, and there's always the 3 I am grateful is up top. But then you have, you know, something different every day. I feel calm when, I am excited about, I am delighted by, I smile when, I am humbled by, all different throughout. Quotes to motivate you throughout there too. There's your weekly challenge, one that says happiness is contagious. I think this is a very uplifting product. It's a lot more than a gratitude journal to me. It is really a wellness reflection journal because of all the questions and prompts and challenges. It encompasses a lot more than just being a gratitude journal. Then you get to the end and you have like a looking forward page and some reflections. A period of reflection at the end, and you have 5 questions to answer and guidance from them. Then a looking forward page, your final challenge, and then a conclusion. It's a nice guided journal. I call it like a guided wellness journal with gratitude included. And it is really beautifully crafted and feels like really nice in hand. It's something that you would be motivated to pick up every day and or make a wonderful gift. Right. Let's look at the last thing, the daily reflection journal here. This one is soft feeling too, but it's different. It's not quite as soft as this one in the planner. It's just a little more smooth. It doesn't have that exact same softness feel. It's hard to describe on camera. And you have a little gold foiling there, daily reflection journal. Your inside end pages are this beautiful blue, which I always love when they put some kind of color in here. Those are the little features that make the book feel special. You have your 1 grosgrain ribbon. That is a beautiful lavender color to complement the color of this book. Your nameplate page. And then you go into getting into the growth mindset. So they call this foundational work here. They're asking you to answer a few questions. And then they are walking you through the daily reflection, what they're thinking, how you would use this for that guidance before you start. And then you jump right into your daily reflection pages. It is what went well, and then for tomorrow. What went well has little checkoff marks there, and for tomorrow has a little plus sign. You have room for a date. You have 7 of each of those. So at the end of the day, just imagine reflecting in this way. And then daily inspiration. And then there is a quote at the bottom of every single page. I'm going to tell you what they said about the daily inspiration. Each daily page also includes a section at the bottom that you can use for notes, affirmations, a mantra, a lesson you learned today, or other important reminders. Here, they're telling you about what they mean for tomorrow. I think about it as kind of like a brain dump for tomorrow, what's going to be going on tomorrow. They say the second section helps you think about what you want to go differently tomorrow. If you made a misstep today, what are you going to change to make it better? This is where you put that plan in motion. For example, if today you weren't very present in meetings and were a bit distracted, you would note that as an area of focus for tomorrow. That is the way your daily pages flow in here. This is $24.50. It comes in 2 colors. It's 6 by 8.5. It has 112 pages in it, and that is 91 daily entries, because then you have the introduction, some check-ins, and reflection at the end. So 91 daily entries. This will cover you for 3 months. All your pages are numbered at the bottom too, and that is the flow of all your daily pages. Now, in between, you have some inspiration pages here with quotes that are colored. These quote inspiration pages separate your weeks of daily pages. So every 7 daily pages in here, you have one of these quote pages to separate it. Then every 4 weeks, you have a progress check-in here. So it says, you just got through the first 4 weeks of this journal. Take a moment to reflect on your progress. You may discover that you have come much further than you realize. How much progress have you made on the goals you set at the beginning? And then it goes into goal 1, goal 2, goal 3, and you're going to use a highlighter or a matte pencil, whatever you want to color that in. What have been your biggest insights so far? And then check in with yourself. On a scale of 1 to 5, where do you fall in the following areas of motivation, focus, problem solving, creativity, and gratitude? Then looking forward, if you continue doing what you do now, where will you be in a year, in 5 years? And then a couple of more questions, and then they end with, what are your top 3 goals for the next 4 weeks? These can be steps towards your original goals or something new. Those are your check-ins that come every 4 weeks. At the back, you have a final reflection. They call it the conclusion or the final reflection, and you have 4 questions there for you to wrap it up, and then a closing note from the founder of Ink+Volt. So that is your daily reflection journal. I think it is a really thoughtful product that can help you with your overall wellness and well-being. It can replace a goal planner as being more like a journaling check-in, a wellness check-in, but something that you're obviously doing a page a day in here. So that wraps up the daily reflection journal. We had the gratitude journal, we had the Undated daily planner, and we had their star of the show, the weekly planner with the 31-day challenges and with all your goal planning in here. If you are purchasing, do not forget to use my $5 off code, or you can use the link in the description and it will automatically take off that $5. But there is no affiliate link. It is just a code for you. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves this week. Take care of others, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.